Speaking of the black community, y'all are getting really bold in the year of our Lord 2025. Y'all getting really bold. So there's this new thing that I began seeing people talk about is called black fatigue, right?
Before you start, is there an actual definition and is there a flipped definition that people are using?
Thank you for asking me that question. I very much appreciate that. So yes, let's get it right. Let's start in reality before we go into hell. Okay. So black fatigue is an actual term. Okay. Black fatigue was coined in a book that was written by Mary Frances Winters. And it talks about how racism erodes. This is literally from the description of the book. It says, black fatigue, how racism erodes the mind, body, and spirit. And it basically talks about systemic racisms and interpersonal racism's effect on black people, how it can be exhausting.
So
black fatigue. Fatigue as black people have to deal with like the shit that is in the history
and
books,
we all go through it.
which is why they're trying to delete the history books. Again, so the shit's there, right? Then I had never heard about this term and the actual like impact and the actual like author and what she wrote about and everything. I had not heard of it until like 3 days ago. I go on my TikTok and I seen a bunch of my mutuals were responding to this white woman who was like sitting in her car saying like, oh, black fatigue is real. We're so tired of the loud, the ghetto, da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, her as a white woman saying we're tired of that, right? And I seen it and I was like, good God, like my blood started boiling, but I'm like, I'm not about to respond to this white woman with like 3 followers who's just yapping on the internet, right?
Right. For clicks and views, because a bit.
And then Rob Smith.
Who's Rob Smith?
Who's Rob Smith?
A black man.
Rob Smith, that dude that's
got 900,000 views.
Yeah.
Can we go to the video, please?
Oh, this bitch
Hold on. Can we rewind?
Go back.
weak ass nigga, man.
Go back. Mind you,
Every chance he get.
Hair
Every
relaxed.
chance he get.
Oh, let's hear this. Hair relax.
His hair is relaxed now?
his hair is smooth as fuck. Go ahead.
This nigga child.
Black fatigue is real. Everybody is tired of black people, but it's 2 specific types of black people that everyone is tired of. Number 1, everybody is tired of loud, ghetto, and ratchet, and violent, and mean, and angry all the time. Everybody is tired of them. Nobody wants to deal with them. The second group of black people that everybody is tired of is this sort of like fake black bougie intelligentsia who kind of like walks around telling everybody how they're supposed to think or speak or act. These people have built enormous platforms and have so much money, and yet they are still perpetual victims all the time. And all they ever do is lecture white people about how to talk to or about black people, and then they lecture other black people if they don't talk or think or speak in ways in which they approve. Black fatigue is real. Everybody is so tired of both of these groups of black people.
Casually walks past Ferrari.
Yes. Welcome to the
tired of yourself.
welcome to the black intelligentsia.
What are you doing?
Welcome to the black bougie intelligentsia, the JAAM. Shut your dumb ass up, respectfully. Let's talk about
nigga,
disrespectfully.
Disrespectfully. The fuck? Nigga, what?
Okay, all right, okay. Yes, we know that y'all have black fatigue. We know that y'all hate black people. We understood it. We've been saying that for years. Thank you for confirming what we believed in the first place.
Lax hair ass nigga.
Yes. Let's talk about how we began here. So you are literally, Rob Smith is talking about again himself, because his job is to be the one self-hating black person in every scenario. There can never be a situation where he stares at it and be like, yeah, nuance, let's have respect.
Niggas seen the term black fatigue. This is my time.
The thing about the loud, the ghetto, the all that shit that they always keep saying, right? It's the funniest thing, because I feel like we've just kind of forgotten. White people have gotten away with being like the most like, if we're gonna generalize demographics, have gotten away with being the most heinous, violent, oppressive, outright savage.
And then they sit there and then they try to change that narrative.
And you fall hook, line, and sinker for it.
And make us seem like we're inherently more violent.
Oh my gosh, y'all are just complaining.
Guys.
Bro, we were talking about yesterday. Me and Matt were in a car. and I saw this thing. It was because we were talking about like black wealth and like how a lot of black wealth was formed in Chicago. And I was talking about in the 80s, like this thing in Philadelphia happened where they burned down all like the houses because it was like black, I forgot what it was.
I think I know
You
what you're talking about, but I forgot the exact
It was
name
kind of like
it.
the same thing me
It
and
was
Mal
like
were
Black
talking about.
Wall Street.
Yeah, it was
was
like
kinda
Black
like
Wall
that. It was
Street in
exactly like
Philadelphia,
that, yeah.
right? And they were building up the
It was like
community,
Movers,
everything.
right? Was it the name of the thing? It was some shit.
It was some shit. I forgot the name of it, but it happened in Philadelphia. It was in the 80s. And then the police came down, white police came down and burned down everything. Left people dead, left people homeless. And we're taught, like, these niggas done did the most savage shit to us. And we sit here and
Move
still
bombing.
Yes, it's the movie.
Yeah.
1985 move.
saw that shit
Yep.
yesterday.
Wow.
All this savage shit done to us. And you can sit on this video and be like, we're allowed.
A black woman like expresses emotion, and that's loud, that's ghetto, that's ratchet. Mind you, we were literally enslaved.
We were enslaved.
I don't understand how the fuck one is a societal problem that is responsible for the downfall of an entire race of people, and it's not the part about slavery.
And
it's the part about wearing a bonnet to a restaurant. Sit your dumb ass down. He's intentionally not making sense.
we have gang, we have talked about this shit so many times. Like, I understand the white guilt. And I feel like some people might say I'm tripping for that, but I understand it because at the end of the day, especially like I try to put myself in their shoes, which they never fucking do. I try to put myself in their shoes and be like, okay, man, imagine if you were white, like a white young kid, like young teenager, you'd probably be like, damn, this shit, there's a lot of shit that's going on. There's a lot of shit that does happen, but at the same time, I didn't contribute to any of this shit. Why should I be the one that has to, you know what I mean, reparations, or why should I be the one getting cursed out, etc.? Nobody is saying that y'all can't feel it. I don't think you can't feel that normal way of being like, damn, well, I didn't contribute to that. The problem is y'all sit on y'all ass and then do nothing about it, and then simultaneously be like, well, I didn't contribute to it. Yeah, but you also didn't help it. So like at that point, shut the fuck up.
You didn't contribute to it.
Don't tell me that you're crying and you feel guilty and etc. when you constantly sit there and you don't do anything to help or change the you don't talk to your parents about it. You don't talk to your older grandparents about it. Nothing. You can read about it.
You don't have to.
There's a million different ways to get that white get out your dumb ass fucking head. You sit there and be like, well, I just don't think it's right.
Yeah. So
stupid ass nigga.
And we can continue because videos like this and people like him are indicative of a broader problem. And we wanted to talk a lot about black mental health because like black fatigue was originally supposed to point out the fucking
niggas colonized that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
We can't even have that.
It was DEI like 1 minute ago. And now it's
now
they elected.
Nigga would come up to me talking about, oh, I got black. I'm gonna give you a backhand.
I remember me and you had a conversation a real long time ago about the black perspective. And I remember I was applying the black perspective to only one thing. You were like, well, there is no just one black perspective. There is no just black perspective. We are just people. It's multiple perspectives. So when you look at a lot of white people talk, and even his dumb ass, you hear a lot of white people say, ghetto, loud, this and that. They be in their gated communities watching the news and maybe have one bad run.
And then they generalize.
And you generalize it and apply it to people.
It's even proven that with like local news, they overrepresent like black
because it's
death and black drama, whatever, and everything. Yeah. That's why we hear about black on black crime. It contributes to the dehumanization of these people, which is why you look at a whole demographic of millions of people and be like, loud ghetto. You're insane. Like that's a mental like heuristic that everyone needs to change as a mental shortcut. That is like dumb as fuck to look at demographics of people and be like, bro, do you know how many people you're talking about?
That boy's suffering.
Yeah.
So what's the other ones?
So let's continue. So this thing about the black fatigue, it kind of, the reason why I say we know and we understand, and y'all have been saying the quiet part out loud for decades at this point, was it really came to a head in the Shiloh Hendrickx situation because we never actually talked about it. The Shiloh Hendrickx situation was a woman in Minnesota was at a park. There's a black kid there. She alleges that, she was taking my kid's stuff at XYZ, but does not matter. She went and was calling the kid the N-word over and over again. Yeah. and then got confronted about it. And this is what happened. Let's go to the Shiloh Hendrickx clip. This is a video from Tizzy, by the way. Shout out
Tizzy. Shout out Tizzy.
Rochester, Minnesota is where this happened. There's a man, we'll just say that he is not white, right? He is at the park with his children. He sees this woman start berating a little black boy, calling him the N-word, and he confronts her.
Did you call him a child? Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him a Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again?
Like stuff like this. I'm so glad that the
that's what
universe
you say.
doesn't put me in these situations.
You don't go digging through people's you dumb
Nobody digging to your
Yo, they both saying.
you dumb
That little kid,
I don't
you
think
call him
he
a
might be black.
The little child?
What if he acts like one? He's gonna.
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the
That's
child
what he's gonna
5-year-old
act like.
and the
That's what
N-word.
he's gonna
Let
act
Let me
like.
tell. This is
That's
why
what they're
God
gonna
don't put me in
Yes.
these situations. Dang. I would ruin my life. I'd ruin my life.
So
My
I
entire life. would be
I'd tell my shorty beat that bitch ass, bro. Like
Nah,
there's
yeah.
no way.
So mind you,
Fuck outta
so
here.
that happened, right? You just saw what happened. They
Oh,
got
yeah,
that.
tell her
They
what
got
happened.
that woman over $700,000.
Yeah. They started
Awful bullshit.
She
They
started
started
GoFundMe
and
because
white people-
She said because she said, "Oh, I'm like at fear for my life or etc." Because people were obviously tweaking on her. So she started a GoFundMe and they gave her $700,000.
You don't have to come out and say, I have black fatigue when a white woman calls a 5-year-old child the N-word and y'all raise money for her. We know what y'all are saying, and we've been saying it for years, and dumb fucks like Rob Smith will look you dead in your face and be like, y'all are making everything about race. There's not racism everywhere. They gave this person almost $1 million
what's hilarious, though?
for calling a child
They
the
just
N-word.
gave her $700,000.
GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Did Rob Smith talk about her though?
Nope.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Did anybody else
No,
that
oh.
you know like prominently talk about it?
Oh, I did see someone talk about it, right? Again.
okay, let's
Again, I did see someone talk about it. His name
Who
is...
is it?
Before we even get into that, the fun fact about that shorty, right? I think I seen it was a video somebody made. It was like some right wing, like social media person on Twitter that started, I guess, I don't think maybe she might have started the GoFundMe for her. And it was like, they told her to like send a picture of her holding up like a piece of paper with the social media tag on it. And she did that. And then it was like, oh, if you're really down for the cause, write the N-word underneath. And she wrote the N-word underneath, took a picture and sent it to the social media person to
Cause?
to boost the shit.
What cause?
What fucking cause?
Black fatigue.
Black fatigue.
Niggas be bored.
Hold on, let's see.
Racism.
I want to say racism. That's the
So,
cause. Hold on, let me see it.
so Matt Walsh, Daily Wire stooge,
I gotta change my name.
and yeah, he made a video about it as well. And just take a wild guess at what he's about to say about the situation.
Obviously, he's gonna point out that like
He's gonna obviously
She
point out
shouldn't
that
have
like,
said
hey,
that
this is
to a kid.
indefensible.
Exactly. What?
You know, this we take the L on this one. We
Yeah,
can't be
exactly.
promoting this behavior, right?
of course.
He has to
Gotta
say
be.
that.
Of course.
No other,
Yes,
no other
yes.
option.
Let's see.
There is
No
no,
other
way that
option. No other
700,000
option.
was
You
deserved.
can't say nothing else but that.
But despite all of the coverage, probably the single most important aspect of the story, which is how exactly Minnesota woman Shiloh Hendrickx ended up in a playground with two individuals of Somali heritage in the first place. Why exactly were those two individuals 8,000 miles away from Somalia? The people running the state of Minnesota, including Tim Walsh, decided to import a large group of people to secure a new and very local constituency for themselves. In fact, so many Somalis have now settled in Rochester that the city recently opened an entire community center just for them.
Rochester Somali Community Center aims to be a source of help for its people.
I'm about
Something
to
like
leave this
54%
podcast.
of
No.
Somalis in Minnesota are below the poverty line, compared to 12% of people living in Minnesota overall. Roughly 65% of Somali children live in poverty. But the real overarching problem that we should be talking about, if we can get outside of this playground and this incident, the much greater problem, which the government has engineered, which is the flood of third world immigration from dysfunctional, failed states.
You just took this
somebody-
whole
bro.
situation
You know
and made it about immigration.
I
swear to God.
You know what we need to do, folks? We need to get these motherfuckers what they want. How about we just all leave? Just everybody leave.
And let's see how this country.
And when they
Nigga,
water
we
go
eating
off,
baked beans, dry-ass chicken.
nigga, when everything because we've been in this country since it started. Why have we been in this country since it started? So when let's everybody leave. Since they want this bitch to be white on white, everybody leave this bitch. Look how fast this country will turn into a third world. The same way you're dissing
people
that
who are
shit.
consuming this media, bro. Do not pay attention. He just made this. I did not even expect this would go in an immigration route. He took this small thing and made it about.
Let him cook.
You talking about why? I gotta get this point off, bro. He said, "Why are these? They're Somalian, right?
Yes.
Why are they at the playground 8,000 miles away from their home? Like niggas can't go to the fucking playground.
These niggas not.
Like niggas can't be in another
Niggas
country.
can't be in another country and go to a playground.
All right. So let's talk about it. So the issue, one among many, with Matt Walsh, who's essentially a Nazi.
Yeah.
The problem is the Somalians that live in Minnesota, right, can live in Minnesota. A lot of them had refugee status because you know how American immigration policy did work before Trump got his hands on it. And you just saw a situation where a 5-year-old was called the N-word, and Matt Walsh's response was, "Yeah, let's not talk about that. Why were they here anyway?" That you're saying they deserved. What you're saying is, maybe this wouldn't have happened if they would have stayed in their shithole, dysfunctional country with XYZ. Mind you, still not proven, and Matt Walsh will never say it either, still not proven that undocumented immigrants, Somalian refugees, any refugee for that matter, commit more crime than the native-born population in this country.
Just talking out there.
So what exactly do brown people and black people's presence in a country have to do with the fact that a white woman said
Called a
racial
child.
slur? Called a child,
He
mind
quite
you.
literally.
And again, he also brings in a conspiracy theory, the Great Replacement conspiracy theory, where they're saying that the Democrats, including Tim Walz, imported a new group of brown people to win a constituency, as though they they
just like handpicked a bunch of brown people and said, "Okay, we need to win this shit. We're gonna place y'all niggas right." These niggas are insane.
They are insane.
Mind you, it's fucking funny. We're talking more about black fatigue. You want to know who did handpick some people to come in this country? 1 minute ago, the Trump administration, when they handpicked white South Africans to give them refugee status while denying Afghanistan refugees. Mind you, we illegally invaded fucking Afghanistan and killed millions of Muslims since 9/11. And we're also working with the Afghan government to overthrow the terrorist organizations down there. And then we pulled out of there, and there's been a bunch of instability as the Taliban has taken over. So directly, because of us fucking up their government for 30 years, a bunch of Afghanistan refugees were trying to come here. He ended that and then provided an exception for the most dominant political group in South Africa after apartheid. The white people who controlled the vast majority of the land, despite the fact that this country is 80-something% black.
Who else is like? There's somebody that Trump is close to that like is also.
God, there's somebody.
There's somebody.
It's in the air, bro. We gotta find it.
Somebody
Oh my God.
he's close to is.
It's right there.
Is also South African, white South
Hold on.
African.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Is it Stephen? No, that's the nigga who
no,
wrote
that-
Project 125, who they just put in charge of those.
Yeah.
Who just replaced Elon fucking Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Yeah.
It's not. No, it has nothing to do with Project 2025. Y'all bullshit.
Project 2025 doesn't.
Puts the nigga who fucking wrote it. Puts the nigga who fucking wrote it as the head of
Doge. And the reason why is because Elon Musk is a PR cancer and no one's buying his fuck ass cars anymore. So they had to get him out the spotlight really quick.
They're gonna put
just replace
it with a worse nigga who knows how to shut his fucking mouth this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they're gonna gut all your shit and you won't know shit about it.
You guys don't have to sit here and tell us about black fatigue when we can see the way y'all are moving. Y'all just legitimately ended refugee programs for all types of demographics in this country, gave refugee status to white people who were colonizers, who can go back to their country of origin if they please, because they said that they're being killed. It's a genocide. Mind you, Trump Gaza.
Yeah.
People genuinely don't get how racist this video is, because even in the sense of when he's talking about immigration, he said in Minnesota, he was like, they have like, Somalia has their own like community and like their own shit there. And he was like, why didn't they go there? Do you understand? You're quite literally talking about segregation. And people are consuming this shit.
What he's saying right now is he's saying that there's there's Somalis in this community, and there's a lot of them, and they have a community center. What is the negative part about that? Because they imported them in.
So they can't go to the park?
Ask this fuck nigga with this shitty ass beard to find any source, any evidence that anyone imported anybody.
Cut shit ass.
This nigga with this shitty ass side
Bitch ass nigga need to go to Turkey. Bullshit.
The
Shit
fuck?
gonna be gone in 30 days.
Like the
So-
fact that he took the reach and made this about immigration is wild when we're not even disclosing the fact
So
that
that's
a child got
that
caught the
is the
N-word.
black fatigue.
That's the brown fatigue. Anybody who's not
These
a
niggas
straight
getting
white
too
dude.
comfortable.
Yes, y'all are
Way
getting
too
very bold,
comfortable.
and this is exactly why we can see the emboldened rhetoric. It happened the first time Trump.
Yeah,
got
it
elected.
did.
And
And I
now-
remember when it happened the first time. I remember everybody was tripping and shit started coming out and people said, y'all getting bold because Trump in office. We let that shit die though. We let
Y'all
everybody
forgot
know
about
that.
it.
Niggas forgot about this shit. No. This
No,
is
they
the
getting
second
bold,
time
yeah.
it's going to
Yes.
be worse.
Now they're literally saying we are actually tired of y'all. And you know how we know we're tired of y'all? Let's get this white woman $700K for saying the N-word to a child.
Yeah.
Let's obfuscate and be like, oh, they're importing these people because and victim blame because the Somalian happened to be there in that park and not because the white woman called the child the N-word. We're not even talking about that anymore. Like, they're doing that on purpose. You think that Matt Walsh doesn't know what he's doing? They're doing that on purpose. They don't like you.
framing.
They don't like me. They don't like yo bitch ass Rob Smith. They don't like you, Candace, which she found out.
When she found out, now she's trying to rebrand and shit.
Now she think the moon landed fake. All right, bro.
Bro,
All right, bro.
Other detriments to the black community.
I have black
Yep.
fatigue as well. Fatigue of all you niggas who are clicking up with these racist people.
Exactly.
Real.
who don't do an ounce of
spiel.
research in anything and just speak
Like
Real
I'm sick and
and
tired of
get
this
profit
shit, bro.
over it, bro.
I'm sick and
It's
tired of this
ridiculous.
shit, bro.
We're not even disclosing the fact this kid, 5 years old, got the got called the N-word.
And do you know what
And
that
the
can
fact
do to your mindset growing up
as a
at
child,
5 years
bro,
old? As a
literally,
child.
what do you think is going to happen?
Mind you, there's literature about that out there.
Yeah.
They've studied the systemic effects of like racism and the effects of the mentality of black people, but none of you fuck niggas that are in any of these videos that we watch have ever read any of that literature.
And then it's
Nope.
AB just said the white woman literally held the fucking thing up. It was like, if you're about the cause, put the N-word under it. You're quite literally promoting the fact of racism.
Yes.
And
And you got $700,000.
And they know that.
And they know that.
And they
don't
all
care.
know that.
And they know that they don't care.
And then they'll sit here and they'll swear to God that they're the ones getting put in these bad positions. They're the ones getting genocided. They're the ones getting mistreated. They're the ones not getting the position.
Perpetual victim. And then tell you that you have a victim card.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tell you that you're
and they tell
playing
you
being
that
a
we're
victim all
we're
your
the
life,
victim.
man.
We've been talking about slavery. You've been talking about slavery for 200 fucking years. You guys need to let it go.
There were justices 20 years after the end of the Civil War saying black people got to get over slavery.
Like, come on, bro.
All right, bro.
Shit don't make no goddamn
What I was pointing to is that mentality that can fuck up an entire black child for however long through that hatred that you spew at them.